Actually, we need a page list, a page group, or data page list, or report definition to display. So let's say we are going to create a new UI for displaying that. So here it's like a so in this I am using a new layout included that I'm making as a repeat layout, and that need to be a grid. Let's try with the grid. Okay, so this is, you can see basically you can add item, you can delete item, like that we can able to do that. So currently, like if you say we want to give the source, actually from where you want to display the list. Okay, so here you can need to go with the property, and if you see the property name, it will give you the purchase. Okay, oh, we have already created that into the work pool label. That's why it's saying that it's not there. Okay, 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 fine. We have created that into the work pool label. So anyway, it's actually doesn't. Okay, so that's a. So I need to get that all the fields with that. Okay, so here like you can provide that. I want to use that page, and here actually you can condition the complete grid visibility, row visibility, like based on the some condition you don't want to display, so that you can omit it out here. And this is actually your header, like add item, delete item is the header. If I remove that, it also will be removed. Okay, and there is a footer, so there is some actually information will be displayed, how many are there, like that. There will be a footer as well. So this is like in the grid layout, we can able to see that. So let's actually and then we have operations. In operation, like if you want the row to be editable or non-editable. So currently like it's marked as non-editable, but we want to add rows, so we mark that inline. So if in master detail, it will open a model dialog. Okay. So in this scenario, we want always row to be always editable, because this is actually like what is the new product you want to purchase, it will display that. Okay. Yeah. So that's actually like if you want the different operations on that. Yeah. So this is actually like in the advanced, actually like if you run activity on row add, run activity on row delete, and run activity before grid update, run it. So this one actually like if you want to do any operations, you want to add, you want to do something, like you want to do adding in somewhere place as well. So this one actually we can enable that as well. So this is based on your add item and delete, it will be work on that one. So actually now this is like if you want, this is the advanced part of it. Actually we want to delete add row. If you want to use anything specific, we can provide the row operations on that. Finally like here. So let's say like if you want the purchase, and here you need to write the labels, and if you want multiple now, so let's say with the 4. Okay. So if you go to pay, it will give you the, oh, this is the label only. This is the product name. Okay. So this is the price, and this is the quantity. And here we are going to get the total price. Yeah, okay. So we can say line item price. Okay. So this one you can. Now the actual field, actually what we want to display, we can display it here. So we say product name, and then product price, then product quantity. Okay, we need one more to capture this as well. Okay. I need to create a variable for that line item. Okay. So this is the you want to and decimal. Okay. Okay. This section is now we are created, and now we are able to see the preview of the same. Okay. So currently, like if you say, you can in preview. Currently, there is no product, so actually it's not displaying anything. Okay. So this is if you run it. Yeah, currently like there is no item, so it's in the run, it will be displayed like that. And okay, what I'm going to do is actually if you want to test it, there is one more way. You can create a local action, flow action. Okay. So let's say we are going to create a flow action to check it out. So here I'm just giving the name of the section. Okay. This one actually like we can run it and we can test it better. It's not showing editable. Shall we then make it editable? Actually, okay. This is not actually we actually in the flow or when we are designing the case, we'll able to see this. So this is actually some of the things we want to do in the layout. Okay, like how we can go with the repeat layout. So if you see in this, actually like the product name which we did it, I want to derive it from the uh, drop down. Okay, so actually I say I change it to drop down. Okay, so that drop down, how I want to get the list. Okay, that actually I want to display from a data page. So what the name of the database? We have the product. Okay, you can group the item as well. Like if you say I want to group the item based on the category or subcategory, I can do that. So let's say product subcategory, I'm actually grouping that in the list. So now actually that will be displayed. Okay. So how are you going to display? Let's see like if it is this time it will display that or not. No, it's the page. It's okay. We now will invoke it from the purchase itself. Okay. So this is actually our case is there, right? So we'll invoke it from case now. So we say from this, we are going to create our case. Okay. So when you purchase, so first you need to selection, right? Like you need to do your selection. Once it is what selected, it will be review. Like if you want to delete any item after actually your complete selection, you can do the review. Okay. Once it was reviewed, it will go to the payment. You need to do the payment, right? And once it was the payment is done, it will go to the fulfill department. Okay. So that is actually going to check it if it's there in the vendor or not. So then they will do the fulfillment. And when it was fulfillment, it will go to the delivery department for final delivery. Okay. So that's actually like we want to create in our case. And in this alternate stage, actually like any point of time, you want to cancel your order. Okay. So that we can create it. And we don't want this. So this is actually, you can see, this one also should not be the- okay, so this is so here actually just I'm actually like I'm already logged in, I'm a customer. Okay, so I'm actually select product. So here actually you can say select product. Okay, so let's say I'm including some of the fields here. Purchase date. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. Actually, like I say, um, so that is actually actively it's coming from there. Okay, I want reordering. I can do that. Product ID I want to don't display. Uh, actually, I've already set up that. This is actually one more actually with a good way to create the section. It will create the sections and also everything it will be done from itself. Okay, let's actually like in place of this we can go with this as well. So only thing we want that CPC product name is required, product price required, product quantity required. Okay, in purchase ID actually if we don't want to display actually we'll just create that one. Okay, so this is a click we want to display, but we want change in ordering. So that actually will do it in there. Okay, like it's a name, price, quantity, and after that I want to use the line item. It's not good. Okay, so that will be okay. So this is actually like now we can able to test it from there. Okay. Um, The user interface should be created with the new name as well. Select product purchase as a separate one. Okay, so this is the same way you can see that it's using the, so this is created by Pega now because from there, so this product name we want to get it from the data page. So that will do the settings once more. And if you want to do the grouping, I can go with the grouping as well based on the subcategory. Okay. Okay. So now if you like, we have saved it. So now you can launch the case manager or case user to create a new case. So you want to create a new purchase case. So nothing is defined. Then it will display the first UI now with us. Okay. So now you can see that why it's not showing the, just a minute. Oh, I use the opposite. In place of name, actually I want to use the ID in internally, but I want to display the name to the user. Okay, I can replace this name. Okay, so now you can see that the category and the products are displaying here. Okay, so we say I want to buy iPhone 7s. Okay, so this two should product price will be auto populated. You want to populate the product price based on the product name. Okay, so how we can going to do that? Okay, so let's see. We are going to use the another data page to populate this. Okay, so this one actually we are going to put the so this is the product price, right? Okay. So what we are going to do is, 1 minute. So when we are changing any product name, okay, so we want to create a action set there. So if we say I want to, on click of that, okay, or when I'm changing the value of it, if click or change, okay, I want to run a data transform. Okay, so what's the name of the data transform? set product price. Okay. So that data price, we are going to put it here. So this is the set product price. We are going to create. Okay. So here what we are going to put it, the product price will come from database. Okay. So how we are going to write that? So here I need to write the products. Okay. Then you need to remember actually how you are going to write the syntax for the same, because when we are referring a database, and so we need to remember what is the syntax for the same. So if you go to the standard and you see the data pages, so within the thread you will see about the new product list should be there. So here the product list. No? Oh, sorry, it should be with the case PU5. Actually, this is whenever PU5, this is the case instance, so it's created a separate thread for it. Okay, we'll able to see it here in the database, that page name. In the thread label, we're able to see the product list there. Okay, so you can see it's the T product list. So there's the data page. When we are populating, it's actually picking it from here. Okay, so here what we're going to do is actually like we have other data page also. So we are writing the D product, and then the parameter of that we need to write it. Okay, so this is one of the syntax actually like how you're going to refer the data page. Okay. So there is a syntax actually you need to write the what's the property name and what's the value you want to pass to it. Okay. So that will be, you need to write like that, product ID. How will you pass the current product ID to it? There's also one more. So when we are selecting the product, we know we are changing that. Okay. So you need to write yeah. So that is like the dot. It will pick up the values from this one. Okay, from the property of that. Yeah. Then you need to write the product price here. Okay. So what you need to define is, you need to define in pages and classes also what is the type of the products. is not type of products. We have not defined that. We've just defined the price there, I think. Yeah, it's just the price. Okay. Yeah, so this is, if you like, you can say change is product ID. So now if you see this, like I said, the data transform to get the price of the current item. Okay. So this will run and we'll get the price of that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to.
Yes.
Can you go to the previous page where that syntax? No, that is. I have some doubt.
Yeah. I'm just going there. I want to tell you. Okay, let's. Yeah. You want to
We
see
are
that?
selecting drop down. Okay. One second. So,
Which one you are seeing? This one. Action.
this one.
Run data transform.
Yeah. When we are doing. So there we are defining. Right? When we are selecting this corresponding, product.
Yes.
So, okay, this source, right?
Yeah.
Can you please explain? I mean,
Yeah,
here and
I'll
there
explain.
you did.
Yeah, just a minute. I shall run it and then I'll explain you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Like now, we'll just refresh it once again. Okay. So let's see. We are selecting iPhone 7s. It's not getting populated. Okay. So the product price is not coming. So what we can do is we can debug this one. Okay. Like what we're going to do is we're going to use the tracer to check it out. What's actually happening. Okay. So let's see, start the tracer. I need to use some of the settings I need to change. So this is the settings. So in tracer, you can see that you have all the different type of rules, and you have like different, actually these are the main rules, events, okay? And there are some of the other events. If you want to test, you can check it out. So there are some rules which will be helpful to, like, okay, stream rule is also already there, okay? So that's the main rule we want to check it. Okay, fine. So let's see. We want to clear this one and then we want to go to start this. Okay. Now I'm changing the product. Oh, it doesn't did anything. Maybe I need to let's actually create a new case. So might it will do with that. Have you saved this one, right? I'll submit it. Sometimes it's like it's problem with the save itself, when you are working, you have not saved your section and you are trying to do it. So it might not work. So now I saved it once and we'll see it. Yeah. Oh, tracer is on. While saving, I don't need to save, clear it. Okay, so it's saved it now. I'll come back and I'm creating a viewer. Okay. Yeah. So if you see now, actually I'm selecting the iPhone 7s. So it's done something. Okay. So in the background, okay. So if you can see that it's done the data transform. So this is the set product price data transform. It's actually like opening that tool and it's taking a lot of time. Something like get failed. Okay, first time that's the product ID cannot be blank. That's fine. And then actually like it's running and from here actually your data transform started. So that's the data transform set product price is here. Why that is okay. Its value is not set. Okay, the value is not set in this class. That's the one difference. Actually, the product price is not getting set. Okay, so let's see. We need to use. This is actually we have done already. So if you go here, and there also we need to do one more thing. Okay, so in action tab, we need to add one more action, post values. The post value should be decoder and data transform. So what the post value does is actually like it takes from the screen and actually moves into the variable. So sometimes actually what happens, many times we choose in the grid and the values doesn't move there. So sometimes we will not able to see that. So now if you see, we have done the save once again. Oh, tracer is on. Okay. Okay, started. Yeah, from here it's like our work started. So you see why it's actually doing twice. Purchase one doesn't have any values. After the post value, it should have that product ID is not getting populated in this page. So it's that's why it's like it will also is not working. So it will not able to get the value from the data page. Why this values? Okay, 1 minute. Actually, we'll see the clipboard. I'll stop the tracer. Okay, this is the PU6. Within that, you have a PY work page. Okay, so this will be give you the complete information about your case. So what are the fields you are defining? All the case related field, you will get it into the PY work page. So you can see within that you have a purchase page. Within the purchase, you have purchase one, and none of the fields is populated here. So that's the reason it's not working there. This product ID should be populated with the selection of the values. First is fine. Okay. Now actually I'm trying to see actually what values is actually putting onto that or not. So this is actually used. So let's see, this is PU6 itself, and we'll see the clipboard if the values are there or not. Yeah, so that's actually it's populated. 2 doesn't contain anything. You can see there. Okay, still 2 doesn't have any values. Why it's actually like happening this way? It doesn't work this way. Like I've already put in the values, so it should be there in that. So only in 1 there is value, in 2 it doesn't have any values. Little different. Here we don't have all of the fields. So let's say I add one more field now. This is little, it's weird. It's like I don't know why it's behaving like that. So now if you see 2, oh, still 2 doesn't have any values. One got the values, 2 doesn't have any values still. Okay. Let's see. This one, okay. When I click save, the values are getting saved. Before that, actually whatever the values which I'm added at, it's not saved in that one. Okay, but it's not able to get the values as well. Actually, if you see in the data field, do you have any data fields with the T products, anything? Yeah, it's trying to get that. Okay. For P005, it's trying to get that product as well. It's actually able to get that page. So what's the price? So it should be 3,500. But that is also not getting. Okay, fine. There is one more place, one more thing I need to use. Directly we call it refresh screen. Okay. Yeah, fine. Just give me 2 minutes. I need to one more action. Refresh. Okay. So that it will do the refresh of the screen. So if you have to change anything and you want to display your screen once again, you need to use this refresh the screen. Sorry. Okay, fine. I missed that one. So this I want to go with my assignment once again. Hope this will be work with that. So this I selected Galaxy Note and I come here. No, price of the Galaxy Note doesn't change. No. No. This is still P 4 3001. Okay. And if you go to the data page, and in the data page that category. Okay, 4 is picked up. Actually, like okay, we are able to pass the 4 with the database. So that's why actually if you see the syntax of that, so D product ID, then I need to write in this way. So that's actually like the way I trying to retrieve the values, I need to write the parameters in this way. So the same syntax I used, actually this is a single page, so I use the current parameter, the product P 1004 and trying to get the values of it. Okay, that's the 5,000 price of that. So that the same value should be populated here, but currently like that's something I'm missing somewhere, so it's not populating the values perfectly on there. So this is 5,000. It's coming from there or not? I'm not sure. I need to check that one. So okay, we'll continue on this one on tomorrow once again. So these are some of the concepts onto the dynamic UI, how you can work onto the repeat grade, how you can show the display and the product name using the data page. Okay, and from the data page you can need to populate the one more field. So that actually is not working as expected. So we'll continue on this one tomorrow. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Yeah. Sorry, actually like it didn't work actually as expected. So we'll see that out on tomorrow. Why actually it's not working. Normally it works actually like in this way. So we'll see that out. Why actually it's not picking the values directly.
Maybe it's the syntax, maybe, I don't know.
It's not syntax actually. Like if it's syntax,
The syntax is correct, right?
yeah, syntax is correct. Actually, it's able to populate the data page from the values.
Okay.
So if it's actually using the iPhone 7s, so it should invoke the tracer. And, yeah. Yeah, see, actually this, actually like from here you can see that it's take the product and actually trying to this product page. It's able to open that page itself. Oh, okay. This is work. Actually like the price should be 6,000. It should be able to pick and it should be able to populate that. Yeah, it's actually populating that field here.
Yeah.
But in the UI is not getting displayed. It's populated that here. Oh,
The UI
in
is
the
not refreshing to get a
yes,
new.
yes, yes. Okay, the value is coming, only the UI is not coming. So here we can able to see the correct price. Okay, the UI is not getting refreshed. Okay, fine. So we'll see this one on tomorrow. Only the UI part is not getting refreshed. Only the background it's actually updating the values. Okay.
So the syntax is correct. It's just the UI not being.
Only the refreshing of that is not happening. The UI need to be refreshed on that as well. So
Okay.
keep the refresh these sections. So that should maybe work with that.
I think Mukesh, that refresh option we have to give after role selection, right? That's where
No, no, no.
maybe.
It will work with that also. Just give me. Tracer should be stopped actually when you, because it takes a lot of time in refreshing. So that's fine. So let's see, I'm selecting any one Galaxy Star and move it. No, the price is not getting reflected. Okay, we'll see this one on tomorrow. Okay,
Okay. Thank you very much.
thank you. Bye. you.